Otherwise, they're probably a lot more aggressive. Good day, everyone. That was interesting. Please don't call a drone strike. It's that. Alright. You know how I always say things are unusual? Things always happen right before stream. Yeah, so it happened just now. And by happy birthday, Lord Samuel. Yeah, it happened just now. The first thing is that literally like 10 minutes before stream happened, I get a call and my sister tells me that my mom got into a car accident. She's fine, by the way. It wasn't a bad car accident. But the other part, there's a part 2 to this, was that my sister and my dad, they're over in Las Vegas because, side note, my sister is she's my half sister. So she has another family, and her other dad is bedridden with cancer. So she just learned that, and they're currently over in Las Vegas to visit him. And I'm just not hearing about this because I'm at my own place. And so I don't think she intended on telling me what was going on because my sister is very meticulous, very shy about her other family because she's kind of weird about it. But she called me just now, just because our mom got into a car accident and there was no one to check in on her. So she explained everything to me, and that was why I had to like start stream and then literally walk away for 15 minutes because I had to call my mom. So yeah, everything is fine. She's just a little flustered because she's by herself and she doesn't have anyone to vent at. She's also complaining about my sister and how weird she's being about all of this. So yeah, that is why I was really late. I swear, something is always happening right before I start stream. Yes, moms are very important. I appreciate your understanding. So, anyways, hope y'all are doing good. I did get a donation to read up on the Klukai affinity story. Another one, and then next is to basically get more information on Springfield's Cafe and basically all the backstory behind that, and that will be involved with the affinity, not the affinity stories, but the Dusty Memories and the Dusty Journal. I think we'll focus more on Dusty Memories. But we'll handle Klukai's stuff first because she's already ready to go. We can handle that first. Okay. All right. Morning, Yellow Zone, Elmo Ops Room. All the reports and files meant to be worked on today are now perfectly sorted on my table. Each one clearly labeled with exceptionally perfect annotations and concise project summary. The only thing missing being, I don't remember having finished these. Good morning, Commander. A new day has dawned. Excellent. Looks like you've woken up extremely swiftly today. I'm glad to see you in good spirits. Klukai, I suspect we've got a suspicious passenger aboard the Elmo. I've already inspected Elmo's operational status. There are no anomalies, of course, including the crew. However, if that's the reason for your unusual alertness today, I don't mind going through the Elmo again. Rest assured, Commander, with me present, no one will ever be allowed to harm you. Don't get the water. Yeah, I know. Seeing how seriously Klukai reacts to the suspicious passenger, I feel like I made a poorly thought out joke. Rather than harm, it feels like they've been I know how to say the word, don't correct me. Philanthropic. All of my reports and files were compiled overnight. Commander, have you double-checked those documents? They were wonderfully done. So perfect, in fact, that I feel like I should just pay them well enough to remain here. You ought to feel pleased now, as they have already decided to remain. Were they on board the Elmo for AG? Yes. Yeah. They got on board the Elmo after Slow Shock. Already? Really? How many more hints do I need to give you? Given those sloppy reports and disorganized files of yours, only I could help you organize them in one night. Technically, it took me 4 hours, which is roughly twice as fast than if you did it on your own. Thanks, Klukai. With your help, I can go straight to the dispatch room now. To arrange dispatches? I tried off a plan for today's dispatch assignments. It's been sent to your terminal. I skeptically pull out my terminal to check. Did you do this data analysis overnight too? A trivial task that didn't take very long. Anyway, I've taken care of all work which needed doing. Commander, you can just relax for the rest of the day now. The appreciation can come later. What I'd like to remind you is, you have a lot of free time today, so if you happen to have something you wanted to do but can never find time for, or the things you wanted to say but never found the opportunity to do so, today would be the proper time for closure. Thanks, that was very helpful. After briefly thinking, Klukai, I immediately start to check in on the dispatch plan. Yeah, he totally missed the hint there. Commander. But Klukai doesn't appear to have any intention of leaving just yet. You seem to have more to say? No. Klukai looks a little displeased. Was my tone too informal? I just tried to remind you, Commander. Don't you have something you want to say? Today is not a busy day. You have ample time to think it through. Huh? Klukai intensifies her tone. Her expression also grows more serious, fixing her eyes on me without looking away. Looks like she won't settle for anything less than an answer today, but what is it? Putting on a more thoughtful demeanor right away, huh? Commander, I've already assisted in completing all your work today. Please use the time saved to reflect on it and don't leave anything out. What am I supposed to ponder without a hint? But if Klukai started helping me today, I think I figured it out. I see. Sorry, Klukai, for taking so long before talking to you. Hearing that, Klukai's expression finally softens. She hums gently in satisfaction, signaling for me to continue. It's about the field work, isn't it? Field work? Both Groza and Mei Ling are out on field works today, or lately, and Groza especially informed me before leaving that you would take over her responsibilities during her absence. However, I assume you aren't well versed in the Elmo's matters, right? Should I give you a short briefing? No? She's fucking shaking. After a tinge of hesitation clouds Klukai's expression as if she's withholding her feelings, the offspring thus falls into a brief, awkward silence. At last, the enigmatic ripples return to tranquility. No, that's right. Rest assured, Commander, I am an elite doll, the leader of Hyde 404, and will soon be in charge of all of the matters of the Elmo, which includes the Commander's schedule, the entire schedule. Hearing Klukai's acknowledgement, I also experienced a sense of relief. Well, looks like I can entrust you with the Elmo for the time being. Only now do you realize that? Besides, that suffice condition was redundant. Anyway, I've enabled all access for you. Whether it's my work or the schedule, you can check in anytime and follow up. I saw that. However, Commander, you're still the one in charge of the Elmo. I'll be confirming all schedules and tasks with you. In addition, I'd like to remind the Commander that giving someone this much access is a bit reckless. Please be more conscientious about it, unless you entrusted them to me. This is the most sensible decision you could make. Then, I'm counting on you. Rest assured, Commander, you will not be disappointed. Whether it's your work or daily life, I'll get everything organized. Just you watch. Is the Commander that oblivious, or he just messing with her? No, he actually is that oblivious. He kind of has Protac syndrome, where he doesn't get hints. Honestly, it's kind of like a man thing too. It's like half man thing and half protagonist syndrome. But yeah, this also happened in Ghost Frontline 1, but it happened with Kalina. In fact, it was way worse with Kalina than it did right now with Klukai. Isn't the Commander bad with jokes? He is, but isn't. That dense is a black hole. There's also a fair explanation as to why he's not quote-unquote attracted to anyone. According to Dandelion, she says that the Commander has no type because he likes everyone. So what she's basically saying is that since he is technically attracted to everyone, he's in a normal state where he doesn't have like any heightened attraction or wants to do anything. So that's what makes him so oblivious. But before I continue, let me get a drink. I did not have time to do that. Kick me sign on 416. That reminds me, there was a joke involving a sign before. Let me take a look. I think I can find it. Where is it? But it involved M16. Not that one. Although that is a good one. It's this one. Let me just pull it up. One. Is that one. It reminds me of that sign. Morning, Yellow Zone, outside the Elmo. I've been waiting for a while, Commander. As I exit the Elmo, I see Klukai waiting for me on her motorbike. She tucks her terminal back in her pocket, and I can't help but ponder how many times she has double-checked it while waiting. That's why love has her day, right? Sorry for being late. I was under the impression that today was a day off. Is there more work to do? Commander, have you properly checked today's schedule? I promised to assist you in organizing all of your work and daily life. You haven't forgotten about that, have you? Since it's a rest day, I honestly didn't pay attention. I pull up my calendar and start checking on the day's schedule. It's packed. So packed, in fact, that I'm under the illusion that I've become a resident of the safe zone. As expected, it took you long enough. Let me just explain. Since the Elmo just so happens to be stationed near a green zone, I planned you a vacation in a satellite city. A decent change of scenery once in a while, don't you think? This is Klukai's affinity story. Her bond story. As this is a time for relaxation, you don't need to be so on edge, Klukai. Let's enjoy the time together, shall we? You're right. I scrolled through the vacation itinerary Klukai created. First, ride Klukai's motorbike to the green zone, arriving just in time for a proper lunch on a pre-booked restaurant. Pre-booked. I heard this restaurant. Must have been hard to get a reservation, right? Luckily, booking a table there is a breeze for 404 if we desire. After the meal is a cafe. We have Springfield's coffee on board the Elmo. Is this really necessary? It is. I mean, the cats in this cafe can help you relax. And lastly, head to this power sports show to research the latest models of motorbikes. We can check out many of the latest models. Is the commander interested? Isn't it a little late to ask me if I'm interested? Does Klukai also scold the commander, or is he the only one immune? She initially did, but after continuum turbulence, she's basically down bad ever since then. She never really says anything bad about the commander or attack the commander, so to speak, verbally. Like nowhere. She doesn't. I just put it that way. There are times where she will criticize him to his face, but it's usually in like a very loving way. Yeah. It's more like, I'm only criticizing you because I really love you. And if you had me as your partner, things like this would never happen again, type of stuff, right? Though compared to her constant facade of a mature leader and everything, I find Klukai's overdue candid sharing of her interests much more comforting. Then suppose it's to keep me company. Time is ticking, Commander. It's time for us to move out. The concerned wife basically that. No need to contemplate at anything. Just follow me and relax. Remember this day well. Our first date since our reunion. I will make the commander experience the most unforgettable vacation ever. Klukai hands me the helmet she prepared, hops on the motorbike, and gestures for me to sit on the back seat. Without much hesitation, I follow Klukai onto the bike. Commander, hold me tight or you'll fall off. I slide my hand around Klukai's waist. A little tighter. Klukai leans down, starts off. With the roar of the engine, the motorbike shoots out like a bullet. I never realized you acquired such a hobby. Surprised? There was this time when 404 was left with just me and Mekti. It was easier to get around this way and I became used to it. Besides, racing freely on a road like this, all the responsibilities and worries seem to be left behind for a while. What do you think, Commander? It's pretty nice. Well, I try to take in the landscape of the yellow zone. Today's visibility is so low that I can't even see the road ahead. It's gonna be heartbroken the second I get somewhere. At the same time, a powerful sandstorm, often recognized as the herald of the collapse storm, relentlessly rushes by, its roar echoing behind my ears. I can't help feeling a sense of unease. But I'm afraid our joyride will have to come to an end. You don't like this, Commander? I do, but the impending collapse storm doesn't. I point to the darkening sky with gathering clouds in the distance. No doubt a storm is brewing. Of all times, it had to be now. Relax, we're not out of luck. There's a ruin nearby we can use for temporary shelter. I sent you the coordinates. Let's go there. Okay. Hold on to me. It's going to be rough. Afternoon, Yellow Zone. Coordinates, coordinates, I'm not reading that. Unknown factory we're in. Another rock is mercilessly kicked into the wind. Klukai has almost cleaned up the ruin's entrance. Klukai, come take a break and sit down for a bit instead of just standing there moping. Collapse storms are a common occurrence in contamination zones, so you get used to it. While clearly still upset, Klukai nonetheless walks back and takes a seat beside me. The weather forecast had become as reliable as the words of a certain commander. Instead of putting my faith in this kind of stuff, I might as well go ahead and flip a coin to decide our next step. You're being a little dramatic, aren't you? Thanks to this damn weather, all of our plans for today have fallen through. On the bright side, I will remember this day fondly, just like you hoped. Remember it as the worst dating experience ever? Isn't that the worst possible outcome? In this case, I might as well erase this memory as quickly as possible. It's not like that. At this point, I'm afraid there's nothing I can say to soothe the frustration of this elite doll. Commander. After a brief silence, Klukai is the first to speak. Won't you say something, Commander? I'm used to the weather here. Collapse storms impact everyone who moves through the contaminated zones equally. I mean, we got a lot of free time right now. Don't you have anything you'd like to tell me? Tell her something? Klukai seems to be asking this question a lot lately, under different contexts too. Is she hoping that I can exhibit better decision-making skills? Indeed, most of our time together has been spent on handling missions. It's only natural she's concerned with that. But it's a rest day today. Even with the plans disrupted by the collapse storm, I still want everyone to be a bit more relaxed. The storm is probably going to last a couple more hours. We're not making it to Sally City at this rate. How about we figure out what we should do after the storm is over instead? She's pissed. For whatever reason, Klukai reveals an expression alien to her usual self. It's obvious to all that she is deeply unhappy. But in the end, she doesn't say anything. first scene appearance was her talking to 45, how she could only be courteous to Gander if she was ordered to suffer brain damage. Being more mad. Yeah, so 416's first appearance is actually in Night Chapter 1 in Ghost Frontline 1. But she didn't really do anything. I would say her first real appearance was not Deep Dive, but Operation Cube. But yeah, Commander's pretty thick. Thick-headed, I should say. Isn't her first major appearance on Murder M16? I forgot about that. But yeah, that'd be the first major appearance, yeah. For some reason I forgot about that. Evening, Yellow Zone, Elmo public area bar. I couldn't find you anywhere. Turns out you're holed up here drinking. It's the new wine Mailing brought back. The command is still quite the popular one, not unlike back at Griffin. So, why are you looking for me? I believe all my tasks today should be done. How even that made it into the anime, I just forgot. I don't know what to tell you. I have a lot of information in my head about Ghost Frontline. Sometimes things slip through the cracks. Klukai's stern expression makes me want to pull out my terminal and check if I miss a certain arrangement. Looks like I need to remind you that since Mei Ling and Grozer are back from the field work, I won't be in charge of assisting you from tomorrow onwards. In other words, the reason I'm standing here isn't work. Seems you can now take a breather. I glance at the liquor cabinet behind, select a couple of flavors of juices that from what's left, pour them in a shaker along with tonic water and some salt and ice, then shake it even and finally pour it into a glass set in front of Klukai. A non-alcoholic drink specially made for you. Might be a little skimpy, but it's the best we can get here. Thank you, Commander. I should be the one thanking you. It's been tough on you these days. I raise my glass and gently clinks Klukai's. However, she only stares at me ponderously without raising her glass. This leads me to set my glass down awkwardly as well. Is that all? Commander, don't you have anything else to say? I should? Klukai isn't the type who remains silent when they have something to say. What else could prompt her to inquire persistently? I ponder for a moment, then come up with an answer. Commander? I see. Klukai, you're suggesting that the Elmo and High 404 are now part of a corporate partnership, not superiors are insubordinates. Jesus Christ. Alright, he was not this dense in Ghost Frontline 1. Just saying that right now. He was not that dense. And then... So, supporting the Elmo and aiding me in my work these days were not part of your duties. I am such a fool for expecting anything from you. Maybe due to my inability to come up with a clear resolution, Klukai's eyes immediately dull. She lets out a soft sigh, then playfully mocks herself as if having an internal monologue. No need for you to worry about that. I'll make sure to compensate you accordingly. Not only that, but since you're over-delivered on your duties, this payment will be nothing less than a fortune. Rather than the delighted face I was looking forward to when seeing from Klukai, I'm faced with one that's seldom seen, one encompassing repressed frustration and bitterness. You really don't have a clue! Right now, even her voice is a few decibels above her usual. She goes down to drink, then slams the glass into the tabletop. Klukai? Before I can even ask, she yanks me closer by the collar of my shirt. Since you keep playing dumb, Commander, don't blame me for being discourteous. Perhaps fueled by rage, Klukai's face especially turns red. Although the beverage was undoubtedly non-alcoholic, its twinge is sweet and sour, the telltale odor of alcohol still lingers in the air. When have you ever been courteous? I mean, the kind of shrewdness that can be perceived at a glance is the most dangerous, right, Klukai? Well, it's my best to verbally appease Klukai. I tend to find a way for her to let go of her grip without angering her further. Even at this point, are you still avoiding me, Commander? Do you think I'd allow that to happen? Her grip has become tighter, almost twisting my collar 180 degrees. Are you really not going to explain yourself, Commander? After all these years, you couldn't possibly have never received any of my messages, could you? I tried to reach out so many times. Why won't you answer me in any capacity? Oh, so it's about that. Okay, listen to me. I can explain. Let me go first. No! You didn't even bother to ask me once. Not a single message. Why should I listen to you? She pulls me a little closer again. The distance between Klukai and myself shortens again, until a distance where even breathing felt intrusive. Commander, why don't you say anything? Are you still playing dumb even now? I'm right in front of you, asking you all these questions, and you still won't answer a single word? What about all I need is you? Was that merely a ruse to fool me like a child all along? Klukai is clearly in a terrible mood. With the way things are going, the reply needs to be weighed carefully as to not anger her further. While I was thinking of a response, Klukai keeps voicing her grievances continuously. It has been so hard to finally find you. I thought you finally needed me again. But how did it turn out? On the Elmo, with all these dolls already. It's so lively here. So, you just been recruiting new dolls, one after another, but never thought to bother with me? Not only that, but you also treated me like a complete outsider, going on and on about partnership and compensation and whatnot. When on earth did 404 ever charge you for anything? Klukai's utterance grow more and more agitated, almost as if she's drunk. Had I known that you didn't intend to leave alone at all and still needed Doll's assistance, I would have shown up ages ago to get you. And what happened? Here I am, worried that the agreement and 404 would affect you negatively like a total dork. That agreement can't do shit to me. And even now, you won't even give me an explanation. Klukai's voice halts abruptly and her pupils cease to focus gradually. Klukai? Even louder, now accompanied with a strong odor of alcohol. I quickly glanced at the tabletop. The glass of non-alcoholic beverage was supposedly consumed sits there full, making a mockery of a certain someone's current embarrassing state. And my glass filled with vodka. Damn, she toned it all! Alert, detecting level 2 intrusion of multiple dolls. The warning rings up untimely, breaking the stalemate between me and Klukai. Yet Klukai remains surprisingly calm. Intrusion? Multiple dolls? Identifying intruder, confirmed, tactical doll, Klukai. Klukai, are you accessing everyone's level 2? Today, I'll show the commander who's the Elmo's true. Please expedite response. Several dolls are facing forced shutdown. Klukai, what are you doing level 2? Cut it out! However, focused on level 2, Klukai ignores my pleas. It's over! The end of the world! I vaguely overhear the mournful cries of Magdi in the distance. You know he's an idiot if he directs. Yeah, she totally snapped. So, there's been this argument that's been going on for a very long time, where people say that Klukai is not a yandere. It's been an argument for literal years. They say, no, she's not yandere, she's a kudere. And kudere just means that she's just really proud of herself. But she is 100% a yandere. But she's not defined by her yandere-ness, if you know what I mean. But she does this to the commander, and she did this to M16. She does have those tendencies that she tries to hide, but when she gets too flustered, or when she gets too emotional, she will fall back to her yandere tendencies. 1,000,000,000%. To be fair, she was drunk. That did help. Yeah, that did facilitate things. Five days ago, Klukai, today's combat report has yet... Realizing I was calling out to her, Klukai immediately averts her eyes. The report is in the ops room. Is it? Well, we can go together. I'll leave now. 3 days ago. Her emotions for the commander got stronger between girls from line 1 and 2. True. The reason why I hesitate to agree with that is because PNC is a thing. And in PNC, she was kind of insane. So. Klukai, there's combat training later today. Do you? 4 reports at our own group training. I won't be here. Huh? But Meki's coming? I train by myself. Klukai interrupts my invitation with a stiff excuse and turns away just like that. For a second time, is she avoiding me? Yesterday. Ever since Klukai declined my invitation, I haven't seen her for the past 2 days. Insane before or after the purple thinker virus? She was like, you know that yandere tier list? I would say she is tier 1 before the purple virus, and after the purple virus, she was tier 5. Are any of the current Elmo dolls any good at electronic warfare? The current Elmo dolls? As in like the original crew, like Groza and them? No. None of them are electronic warfare efficient. Groza knows how to do electronic warfare, but she's not an electronic warfare doll. She doesn't have any specs involved in that. She needs outside equipment to assist her. That's bad. Yeah, it was pretty rough. She's totally hiding from me. Since I can't find her, maybe I should send her a message? I open my comm terminal and type a message to Klukai. Excuse me. Morning, Yellow Zone. MO Ops Room. New message received. I open the comms interface. It's Klukai's reply. On our day off, at 10 in the morning, I'll meet you at Elmo's exit ramp. Where are you? My message sent to her still hangs visibly above her reply, with date displayed as from a day earlier. Well, right now the MO has Dandelion, so she kind of handles the EW stuff. Anyway, it's a nice thing that she replied. After all, she's been avoiding me for a while now. I'm guessing that's something to do with that glass of vodka. Hold on, today's the rest day? I glance at the clock. Only 10 minutes left before the promised meeting time. Morning, yellow zone, outside the Elmo. I didn't expect the commander to actually see the message. After all, it's quite difficult to see you nowadays, and I still cherish that. Is Adeline on the Elmo proper right now? She's not on the Elmo proper right now. She's in the diner gate. But she's still pretty good at electronic warfare, even with that. If possible, please let me know further in advance next time, okay? Dandelion would 100% not stop it. Yeah, she was probably laughing her ass off the entire time. It's difficult to see me. Nothing changed for me compared to usual. It's you who didn't look hard enough. Fine. I'm sure you didn't deliberately avoid me, and definitely not while drunk. Commander! Klukai interrupts. I have no idea where you're going with this, but I would advise against it, or else... Or else? Or else I will not be too happy about it, which wouldn't spell good news for you. Indeed, when you made a whole scene in level 2 last time, you created the biggest breach of the Elmo in years. That was an accident. But rather than mocking me with those words, let's go on the bike, Commander. So does Adeline just hijack Mo every time she wants to talk to us? Is it Mo? It probably is Mo, but yeah, seems likely. Does that mean she saw Groza getting gunned down during the intro of the game? Maybe. The guy seems unwilling to continue the conversation about the drunken episode and tosses me the same helmet I wore last time. Am I riding the backseat today as well? I won't be able to steer very well if you sit in front. But I don't mind trying if you insist. Then forget it. The guy gets on the motorbike, closely followed by myself. Not bad. It's like you taking it upon yourself to hold on to me. The guy appears somewhat content with the situation, and just like that, she drives me around the plains of the yellow zone for a while. After an unknown period, Klukai finally pulls over to the side of the road. Get off. But today's date won't be in the green zone. That date was indeed a shame. However, I didn't say it's a date this time. That aside, since you were the one who messaged me first, you must have something you want to say this time, Commander. Seems like whether or not it's going to be a date depends on what I have to say. If that's how you interpret it, fine. That's awkward. I don't want to give you the impression that I'm only saying this because I want to spend time in the green zone. A hint of anticipation appears on Klukai's face. No, as long as the commander refrains from avoiding the obvious this time. Don't worry, actually, I wasn't trying to avoid it, I just couldn't figure out how to say it. Klukai, I'm well past being a Griffin commander. Yet, even as a bounty hunter, the circumstances I find myself in aren't much better. I've always known that. It's not just a question of the complex web of powers at play surrounding us, but I myself am subject to many constraints and bindings, as you are aware. So even though the agreement does not ostensibly affect 404, I've always thought that for you, who are in perils of your own, establishing contact with the Elmo before the agreement is relaxed, or before the constraints on the Elmo are gone, will bring about even greater risks to you. I know you're not afraid of any of that, but are you worried I get in trouble if I come too close to you? So to speak. Commander, I've always respected your decisions, and I've always convinced myself that with the thought that if you're not ready yet, then I won't bother you. Ever since I became leader of 404, I often had no choice but to make compromises and changes. Of course, it's all for the sake of making 404 stronger and protecting our members. I understand that, in this world, being strong and powerful is what gives you the right to make decisions. But Klukai ponders for a moment, then looks at me solemnly. Being safe, too, is something you can only feel assured of once it's firmly in your own hands. I'm sure you understand that more than I do. Since you get it, that makes everything easier. But it's no longer just that, Commander. I will always stand by 404, but I'll never give up on you either, and much less accept the fact that you've been trying to estrange yourself from me for reasons like this. This is the path chosen by the new leader of 404 and the elite dog Klukai. Squad 404, those who don't exist, have fought tooth and nail in the past just to survive, and we are more than capable of doing it again. Besides, you're going to help me, right? Wind ruffles Klukai's long hair. Behind her is the usual dull brown sky of the yellow zone, with dark clouds capable of overwhelming everything. Dust rises with the cold wind, as it has done before countless other collapse storms, rendering everything in the distance growing blurry. But Klukai stands there, her silhouette unmistakably clear to me. Looks like Klukai is still the same old Klukai, and I was the one who got too sentimental. Seemingly satisfied with this answer, Klukai's face finally breaks into a smile. So, what's next on the schedule? Is that even a question? Of course we're going to make up for the date we weren't able to go on last time. You're not going to shut me down now, are you, Commander? Of course not. Well, that concludes the chit-chat. We'll have to savor the rest of our time. Get on the bike. Riding Klukai's motorbike now has become a breeze. With the roar of the engine, Klukai once again takes me on a ride. However, sure enough, that weather change was indeed a prelude to a collapse storm. Again? Behind us, signs of the collapse storms resurface. By the looks of things, we got about 5 minutes before the storm reaches our current position. Should we find a place to take shelter? The nearest ruin, if we can hide it in, is only 2 kilometers away. It's just a storm after all. Before I can finish, Klukai throttles up and, with no intention of changing direction, steers the motorbike right along the heading of the collapse storm. Just to be clear, it's not that I don't trust you the performance of your motorbike, but are you really trying to outrun a collapse storm? You caught on pretty quickly this time. No worries, I'm here to keep you safe. I promise, with all I got. No matter what kind of obstacles lie ahead, I will overcome them to prove to you. I won't allow myself to be separated from you again, Commander. Alright, last one. You're partially immune, just deal with it. Commander, have you noticed any changes in the ops room? There's a mechanical black cat. It's hard not to notice. Unfortunately, it doesn't move and it's just going to sit there and be looked at. Ever saw the monitor with an explosives on it? If it detects any intent from the commander to leave silently on his own again, the device will automatically activate the explosive. Huh. I'm happy you brought me a gift, but I still consider this a serious threat. Commander, I originally thought that after we reunited and we came to understand each other, the restlessness and obsession in my heart might lessen a bit. But in reality, it seems to be growing day by day in a bittersweet way. Honestly, even though I understand your feelings and everything you've done, still, if I can't be by your side all the time, I still often feel a sense of longing and unease. Commander, do you ever feel the same way? Stop, you don't need to answer that, Commander. Anyway, that cat would be by your side when I can't. Just treat it well and sleep with it in your arms like any other cat. So, is it really rigged with the monitor and explosives? Will you leave me again if not? Relax, there's nothing inside. Just a little ornament that I made by hand. If you like it, that'll be perfect. That said, Even if you really get some new ideas and won't tell me about them, I want you to remember that I'm strong enough to overcome any obstacle just to stand by your side. Never underestimate me, Commander. Alright, so the explosives weren't inside there. I thought she really did put explosives in there for a second. Well, I do know. I want to say lava is kind of spicy. I don't know about Lena. It's not a weapon of mass destruction. It's still cute, in my opinion. More spicy than Florence? No, I think Florence is the spiciest. Okay. Yeah, but I really like that one. That was pretty good. Pretty funny. And it really just shows how dumb the commander can be. Or rather, I should say, he's still dumb when it comes to romance. Alright, so I was asked to do, but that's the wrong one. What's this one? It's a fits me cutscene of, you know, that makes most sense. Yeah, we'll check it out. I think, or rather, I know someone posted a translation of Florence's Affinity story in my Discord. I'm not reading it. I'm gonna wait until she comes out in English and then I'll enjoy it, but it is there on the Discord if you want to see what's going on. But from what I've heard, this isn't from my Discord. This is from Sia on his Twitter. It's spicy. The Florence story is pretty spicy. Okay, so we're going to go into Dusty Memories now, and we're going to check out all of the members of Springfield's Cafe, the Zakuro Cafe in particular. So I want to say the very first one is Sharky. I wonder. Yeah, feel free to drop it there. Let me make a list first. There's no skip all button. It's funny, but yeah, this is Sharky. Yeah, this is Sharky. 7 dolls are sitting quietly on board a cramped drone. Attention, please. All passengers, the drone will arrive at the destination in about 5 minutes. Please deactivate low power mode. It may get bumpy when the drone lands. Please fasten your seatbelt and lean back into your seat. How to open the Dusty Journals? Click on the dinner gates, then click on server room, then click on trace back. Five minutes later, the drone lands right on time. Catching sight of the view, the dolls stream eagerly out of the cabin and start chattering and taking photos of each other. Sharky is adjusting her visual module when a pair of hands suddenly grab her by the shoulders and shake her back and forth. Stop spacing out, Sharky. Everyone is taking photos. You miss your chance if you keep dawdling. Snowy mountains. This is the first time Vepley has ever seen snowy mountains. Vepley is super happy that we get to perform at such a venue. At the foot of the snow-capped mountains in the distance is a cluster of tightly packed buildings in a satellite city within the green zone. The performance venue is located on an open field among the buildings. The simply constructed stage looks extremely out of place with all of the high rises in its surroundings. Pipe down! It's just an ordinary satellite city. Stop making such a fuss about it. Sorry, but you know how Vepley is when she's excited. I don't see what's the big deal about this place. I'd rather perform on a large stage in a light zone. What's a commotion? The handler disembarks from another drone. As soon as the dolls catch sight of him, they immediately form two lines and stand at attention. This is where you will be performing tonight. Familiarize yourself with the stage. Nothing can go amiss at the performance. The satellite rating in the green zone has been going down lately due to rioters. If anything happens, you are authorized to fight using your fire control cores, but only on the premise of protecting civilians. Do you understand? Understood. Alright, dismissed. You are 2286 Sharky, yeah? I am. It's Sharky, the super idol. Your request for handling for power technicians has been approved. The fireworks have just been delivered. We look forward to your performance tonight. Fantastic! Oof! What? There's gonna be fireworks tonight? Vepley loves fireworks. The last time we had fireworks was our debut show. Vepley, who has been making her way to the dressing room with the group, overhears the conversation and wedges herself between the two. Ignoring Vepley, Sharky smiles sweetly. That's fantastic. Thank you, Mr. Handler. Sharky would do her best. You can say the QC talk for the audience. If you didn't do very well in the performance evaluation for the last quarter, you were almost the worst of the bunch. If I don't see any improvement in your performance soon, you'll be discarded. Do you understand? I kind of like the idol skin as well. I kind of wish we had this instead of the swimsuit as well. But there's been good fan art of the swimsuit, so I don't mind that much, to be completely honest. The worst of the bunch? Huh? Was that not Vepley? Mr. Handler, are you sure there has been some sort of mistake? Sharky has the best skills out of all of us. That's right, Mr. Handler. That can't be right. Vepley, surely I can't be worse than her. Oh. She hasn't got much skill, but she's actually pretty popular. Your performance ranking isn't just about how good you are at your job. It's an aggregate and comprehensive calculation of multiple aspects. Let me see. Number 2397, Vepley, imprinted weapon Vepr 12. Even though both her singing and dancing skills were graded D, she got an A in popularity. That put her in third place in overall ranking. Number 2286, Sharky, imprinted weapon Robinson XCR. Singing and dancing skill were graded A, but your popularity was a solid D-. Overall, ranking was in 7th place. Looking at this, Sharky, you will surpass Vepley if you increase your popularity by 2 grades. What? If push comes to shove, I will file a request to have your neural cloud reformatted and your personality reset. According to the statistics, personas like Vepley's are more popular these days. Right. It's complex, we hate you. That's basically what it means. Vepley, you've been doing pretty well, so keep up the hard work. Why tell machine do hard work? Got it, Mr. Handler. Vepley will keep practicing hard and improving her skills. The handler pats Vepley on the shoulder, puts away his comms terminal, and turns to leave. How can this be? It must be because the atmosphere is lacking. With power techniques, I'll Your bartenders to compliment my flawless performance. I'm sure I'll make an unforgettable night for the audience. Sharky? Are you still in shock? Cheer up! The performance rating must have been an accident. Vepley believes you will become an amazing idol. It's almost time. Shall we go? What amazing idol? Are you mocking me? Go away and leave me alone. Sharky, what's gotten into you? Wait for me. Sharky quickens her pace to catch up with the other dolls in front, leaving Vepley behind. Oh? Where's Vepley? Weren't the two of you together just now? What's wrong? Did you get in an argument? Who would argue with that giggly clown? See? She's back there. Vepley, keep up! Yes, leader. Vepley is filled with motivation. Off she goes. Oh, what should I do? So is Sharky jealous? Yes, absolutely. It's almost showtime. Wow, there are already so many people in the audience. Ooh, why is Vepley the only one who doesn't have the glasses that everyone else is wearing? Oh, that sucks. Warrior, stop teasing. Can everyone gather over here? We got an issue with your props. The dolls who will be performing the same number gather around. But even after a flurry of discussions, nobody knows where the prop is. It's too late to ask the handler for a new pair. Maybe Vepley can just go without the glasses? But Vepley wants to match everyone else. Besides, Vepley clearly remembers she double-checked all of her stuff, so where on earth could they be? Since a certain fussy doll doesn't want to do without the glasses, then she'll just have to settle for a replacement, which I just so happen to have. Vepley is too pure to feel jealousy. That's actually that's a joke, but that's literally the case. There's more technical aspect to it, but that is literally the case. She's actually too pure to feel jealousy, or any negative emotion for that matter. With a cold snicker, Sharky takes out a pair of comical glasses with a fake mustache. Noticing the ominous feeling in the air, they change their name. Yodo gives Croyer's sleeve a tug, and they fall back several paces along with the other dolls. These glasses are so silly. They're perfect, aren't they? Suit you very well. I'm sure the audience are going to love it. Really? Will the audience love Vepley and these? Of course. You're the most popular doll in the group. The audience will love you no matter what you look like. On top of that, Sharky can also give you a special makeover. Your whole look should also go with the glasses. Vepley gazes at Sharky's beaming face and takes her hands earnestly. Sharky, thank you. Vepley really appreciate it. You are Vepley's last hope. Huh? The music starts playing and the lights are in position. Vepley and the other members of the 11th Task Force appear together on stage. Wow, everyone seems unusually excited to see Vepley's big, shining eyes. But why the mustache? Huh? Idiot, don't come any closer. Vepley can't see. Ugh. Maybe she got easier in the glasses. The opening number is finished and the lights dim on stage. The dolls promptly take off their glasses and replace them with the props for the next song. The little episode from earlier does not seem to be affecting the next part of their performance. The lights come on again and shine upon Sharky, who is standing confidently in the forefront at the very center of the stage with her head held high and a big smile. Good evening. Have you missed Sharky? Sharky has been looking forward to seeing your smiling faces. The next song, Dream, Time in the Morning. is the latest creation, and we will be performing it for the very first time tonight. Isn't that exciting? Oh, just get over with already. I would have been home already if it weren't for the money. Who doesn't want to curl up in bed after a days of hard work? I know, right? Isn't the government taking us for fools? Instead of organizing such nonsense, they should run in a few more trains in the morning and evening. Almost missed my train last time. Exactly. I've also missed my train many times. They say that if you miss a train... Actually, what happens if you miss a train? No clue. Please let this end soon. I'm gonna go home. Oh dear, you don't seem very energetic. Can Sharky get some cheers? Also, Sharky can sense that some of you aren't feeling very hyped. Is something on your mind? We all inevitably encounter problems and setbacks, but don't worry, because the sun always rises after a long dark night. Just keep living bravely and prove your own love to Sharky. Sharky blows a kiss to the audience. Some of the audience let out a snicker. Huh. The sun always rises, keeping... Excuse me. The sun always rises, keep living bravely. These dolls never had to worry about their livelihood. What an obnoxious thing to say. Now, let the performance begin. You want to see my love? Then I'll show you! The introduction starts playing, but before Sharky could even open her mouth and sing this first line, Sharky finds herself staring down the black muzzle of a gun in the direction she has just blown a kiss. You want love? How about this? The last thing Sharky sees before blacking out is a member of the audience who has gone on a shooting spree to vent his anger in a panicking crowd. She topples back and collapses heavily on the stage. Sharky, what do we do? This wasn't on a performance program. What should Vepley do? The show can't stop, but Sharky's head is smoking. The stage is starting to get chaotic. Vepley mustn't run away. Vepley has to finish the number that Sharky couldn't. That's right. Why is this happening? Vepley, that idiot. Shouldn't you be running for your life right now? Yo-Yo, Groyer, why are you also going down? Even if Vepley has to do it alone. Yeah. Fireworks. Where are the fireworks? The fireworks still haven't... If everyone has seen the fireworks, they would have loved me, right? And this wouldn't have happened. Sharky's neural cloud disconnects and her frame grows still. The creative fireworks prepare for Sharky to sit quietly backstage, as if wondering when they can light up the night sky that the way Sharky had envisioned. I think I can boo the audience now. That's it. Yeah. That did went from 0 to 100 real quick. Yeah, just... Why would they buy tickets for the concert if they're going to act like this? They wanted to make a scene. They wanted to make a message. Yeah, security, do your job. So yeah, Sharky got shot in the head. This is a Twitter thing I saw before. Where was it? Ah, wow, that's easy. I found it very easily. This is basically what happened. me just yeah, that's basically what happened. Although I think Bethany also got shot during that time. But I think she was the last one to go down. The performance is cut short. Due to sudden attack, the 11th Task Force is temporarily taking refuge in a government office building in the city. It is also where they usually stay whenever they perform in a green zone. The repairs are finally over. It's been a while since I was last in the rehearsal room. Sharky, are you okay? Vepley, what are you doing here? Vepley has been super worried about you. You gave Vepley quite a scare when he got shot down. So did the whole stage forget the whole "you're allowed to open fire in defense" thing the handler said? I guess so. It's also possible that they didn't have their guns on them. Like, I guess the question is more of, would you really think that anarchists would shoot at dolls first instead of other people? Might be that problem. And also, Vepley's just kind of dumb, not gonna lie. Hey Nixon, how's it going? Is explain why Vepley is so small yet so strong? I don't believe so, but we can try to find out. I never actually fully looked into Vepley's backstory. But yeah, basically what I'm saying is that they probably didn't have their guns on them while they were performing. Don't worry. Mr. Handler said that it would never happen again, and even if it did, Vepley would protect you. Vepley gripped Sharky's hands tightly. Protect me? Don't be stupid. I saw the CCTV recording. A certain idiot also got hit, didn't she? You didn't even release your bolt. But you still stood there right in front of us all. I'm not gonna thank you, though. You don't really have to thank Vepley, because Vepley was only trying to keep the performance going. That's what an idol should do. Also, it was just a minor injury, and the repair crew sorted me out with just a snap of their fingers. Vepley isn't an idiot. If you are an idiot, then why don't you get it? I can't pretend the attack never happened. Of course, Vepley would never forget it either. Next time, Vepley will get into position even faster to ensure the performance can continue without a hitch. Vepley, you really don't understand what I'm saying, do you? Vepley's linguistics model is fully functional. Whatever. Sharky frees herself from Vepley's grip and takes in the empty rehearsal room. Where are the others? The handler is always breathing down our necks. Kinda unusual that he's not here today. Rehearsal is over already. Actually, Mr. Handler hasn't been around for a few days. Vepley is kind of starting to miss him a little. But don't worry, Vepley has got all of her new choreography stored in her neural cloud. and can teach it to you right away. What? Does the neurocloud moron even have the capacity for storing that? Of course! Also there's... Completely oblivious to the mockery of Sharky's tone, Beverly walks over to the stack of supply boxes nearby and starts rummaging through them. Where are you, Mr. Quick Change? Mr. Quick Change? Beverly pulls out 2 puffy, colorful dresses from one of the small boxes, but she just uses too much force, and the dresses end up flying out of her hands and onto Sharky's head. What's this? Not what? This is a secret weapon that Beverly has specially made, Mr. Quick Change. Beverly runs back to Sharky and helps free her from the layers upon layers of toll. You're not making me wear this, are you? It's hideous. I refuse to wear it. Oh, come on. Mr. Quick Change isn't hideous. These are quick change props that Beverly made with everyone else. Beverly made this one for you out of our friendship. You know, to repair your favorite from earlier. The makeover with the glasses and the makeup was also very helpful. Thank you so much for helping Beverly put on such a brilliant performance. Beverly was super happy to see the audience so happy. Is she for real? Even for a programmed persona, this is a bit too... Oh, look at the time! We should start rehearsing. Sharky, let's do this! Seeing Beverly so excited, Sharky suddenly feels like pranking her. Beverly has already put on her dress. While she is distracted, Sharky pins the first and second layers of the dress together with a small safety pin. With that, which had to change later, then I'll count from 3 to 1, and we'll flip our dresses together and complete the quick change. 3, 2, 1. Ah! Wah! Beverly, whose head is trapped within the dress, falls headfirst into the floor with a thunk. Sharky chuckles quietly next to her, but she barely has any time to revel in the... I don't know why you used that long word. Schadenfreude. Before Beverly fumbling hands grab hold of the only thing within reach, Sharky. Hey! Stop yanking me! My eyes! Beverly can't see! The 2 dolls crash heavily into the pile of tool. Ow! Beverly's head hurts so bad. Sheesh, look at a giant turnip. Turnip? Turnip! Beverly kicks her legs frantically like a turnip just freed from the soil. After a while struggling, she finally manages to sit up. She strains to free her head from all the fabric and catches her own reflection in the mirror. This is hilarious. How unusual. Sharky actually laughed for 13 seconds straight. Mr. Quickchange sure is amazing. Didn't know it would have this effect. I wasn't laughing because of this. Sharky, why don't we all dress up like turnips? If it can bring joy to the audience, maybe it's not a bad idea. Isn't Beverly a genius? Not happening. 0 negative emotions. I'm so stupid for being angry with an airhead with this kind of persona. Seriously, how she's more popular than me? Sharky, are you okay? Beverly suddenly leans in and points at Sharky's forehead with a look of concern. Hang on. What are you doing? Don't touch me all of a sudden. No, Beverly just noticed a faint mark here. Maybe you got scratched when you fell just now. You just came out of a major overhaul. It'd be bad if you have any more problems. What? Where? Sharky pulls a small handheld mirror, seemingly out of nowhere, and studies herself carefully. Sure enough, she finds a dark, round patch at the center of her forehead, close to her hairline. It's true. The repair crew is so sloppy! What about the rehearsal, Sharky? I got the hang of that petty trick already. Bet Sharky already retired. She wasn't such a bitch. Well, to be fair, she only seems to be a bitch towards Vepley. The repair crew. Where the hell are they? Isn't this place usually bustling with activity? How come I'm not seeing a single soul today? I'm a super idol. How can an idol have such an unsightly scar on her face? I need to find them quick and get them to fix it for me. Oh, voices. Finally! They're coming from the corridor by the windows. What? The idol project's getting axed? What? The loud cry freezes Sharky in her tracks. She creeps quietly up to the wall and hides around the corner. You know what it's like. The project has been going on for almost a year, but it got nothing to show for it. There's no point pumping money into something that's not yielding any returns. In fact, those dolls will probably have to be reassigned to some other departments to recuperate some of the loss. We'll have to see what places could use the extra labor. Well, that sucks. Then we'll also have to switch jobs, won't we? Probably. I wonder where they'll put us this time. Come to think of it, when I was repairing Sharky 2 days ago, he told me to not bother changing her frame and just fix her up roughly. Say, did you know already? Shush. They haven't announced it yet, so keep it down. Only heard about this through the grapevines myself. No point doing a meticulous job fixing her. She'll eventually end up bowing and cursing to the fancy pants in some white zone anyway. Besides, even though Sharky allegedly comes with better specs, in reality, her performance can't even compare to Vepley's. Replacing her flame would be just a waste, no? You have a point. You sure know how to slack off. I call it sustainable work ethics. Right, it's time to go home. The corridor is silent once more. Sharky watches the two receding figures with clenched fist. She turns to leave. Damn it! If it's true, what should I do? Five minutes ago, the handler sent everyone an emergency assembly notice, saying that there will be a very important announcement. The not too spacious rehearsal room is now crammed full of dolls and staff members alike. Everyone is eagerly discussing the important announcement it could be. Already in the know, Sharky just stands there and waits quietly. Vepley wonders what important announcement Mr. Handler is going to make. Could it be something about our next performance? Vepley can hardly wait. Isn't this a no-brainer? What else could it be but the previous attack? I'm not sure. Mr. Handler doesn't look very happy. I got a bad feeling about this. Hey, don't be so pessimistic. Vepley is certain it'll be something nice. Where do you even get that kind of blind optimism? Are we all here? A hush instantly falls over the crowd in the rehearsal room. Everyone is waiting quietly for the handler to speak. He walks in, but instead of sitting down, he leans against the only chair in the room with a thick stack of paper in his hands. I'll cut to the chase. The idol project is officially cancelled and the 11th Task Force is disbanded. Effective immediately. Right now. Of course, it's not just us getting the boot, but all the other groups participating in the project. How can this be? Silence, please. In 3 days, you dolls will return to the White Zone with me, where you await further instructions. As for other staff members, your personal arrangements have been sent to your terminals. Please check them and give your response. That's all. What does that mean? So Vepley won't get to perform ever again? You'll still be working either in the White Zone or the Green Zone, so why does it matter? Wow, then Vepley has to start making preparations. Mr. Handler, is it possible? Dismissed. I'm not your handler anymore, and you can delete your idle persona settings. The handler cuts Sharky off with an impatient wave of the hand and exits the rehearsal room with the other staff members. What are we going to do? Where are we going to be allocated now? Don't know. We just have to follow orders. Are you just going to set this without question? We're dolls. Obeying orders is all that matters. Let's go, Fyodo. Sybil. We don't have to reverse anymore. Huh? Why is everybody leaving? We have first making Mr. Quick change. Definitely, please. Can we never come here again? Everyone is standing by on low power mode in the dorm. So what am I doing here? Outside the rehearsal room again. Damn it. I still haven't become a super idol or surpassed that idiot Vepley. How can I give up like that? Why are the lights still on here? She opens the door a crack to peep inside and see a figure dancing with stiff movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2. Oh no, Vepley did it wrong again. But that's okay. Follow the beat and start again. Vepley? Sharky! Vepley is practicing the dance Dream time in the morning. But she keeps messing up the chorus. Can you teach Vepley? I thought you just had zero coordination. But it turns out you got shit for brains. Didn't the handler tell us to cease all rehearsals? But Vepley is an idol. Never mind. When to practice, huh? Watch this carefully. I'm only doing this once. Yay! Wait, Vepley needs to record this. 1 second. Jeez, what a pain. As though she had been transported back to the stage where the performance was just cut short, Sharky performs the song in its entirety with perfect execution. With no accompaniment, no lighting, just a crappy videographer with an old recording device. There, got it? That was awesome! Sharky, you're amazing! If things had gone according to plan that day, you would have surely won over the audience, especially with the fireworks at that climax. It's such a shame we never got to see your complete performance. Come to think of it, does this make Vepley your very first audience? Why are you giggling at the recording device? Like an idiot. So what if you are? Doesn't mean anything. Well, you even learned Vepley's dance steps. Of course I did. I'm like a silly bumbling dumbass. I can master any choreography after practicing just a few times. Thank you so much, Sharky. Vepley will keep rewatching the recording and learn the steps. If Vepley practices hard, will she also be able to dance really well and become an idol as good as you? Vepley's enthusiasm is starting to get on Sharky's nerves. Before Vepley can react, she snatches the recording device out of her hands and makes to press the delete button. What are you doing? Stop! Let go to mess the recording device! Vepley jumps and grabs onto Sharky's leg as she tries to retrieve her recording device, but Sharky pushes her head down. The stage is gone. Why does it matter how well you dance? Didn't the handler make it plenty clear? Vepley waves her hand in surprise. She has all but forgotten that her precious recording device is still in Sharky's hand. That's not it, Sharky. You got it all wrong. Who's the one getting it wrong here? Let me repeat myself one more time. From now on, there will be no more idols, no more stages, no more shows. There will be nothing. That's not true. Mr. Handler said we'll still be going to the same places, no? That means we still get to perform. Yeah, you're a dumbass, alright. Why would that mean you get to perform? Well, Vepley would say to everyone, hello, I hope you're all good. Well, good cheer today. Then I'll perform Beautiful Life Sunshine. As long as the audience is happy, Vepley is happy. I just can't fathom your stupidity. Maybe I should crack open your remarkable neural cloud and pull all the fluff in there. No, there can be fluff in Vepley's neural cloud. If you crack it open, it'll break. This is a fucking waste of time. I need spotlights and a cheering crowd. The stage I want is one where I can stand up high. The audience has to look up to me. That's right. I can't afford to stay here with this idiot on the sinking ship. Sharky presses the delete button decisively and even formats the storage card out of kindness. She tosses it back to Vepley, who's in a daze. Good riddance. In fact, you should also delete all the stuff in your neural cloud. It's not like you ever get to use it again. Netflix tutorial videos, all gone. They're all gone. I think that's the first time I've seen Vepley sad. Karma is real, and that's why Shark got hit first. Somebody's still on duty here. But this can't wait. I'll have to leave this place tomorrow, so my only chance is tonight. Late at night, on the commercial street of the Green Zone, a petite figure pokes her head out of the shadows. Good evening. Still on duty so late at night? How very hard-working of you. A doll? What are you doing here? Mr. Handler sent Sharky over to sort through our performance props. He also said that I must have them packed and ready to be delivered to some shop in the Green Zone. Ugh. It's just like him to be bossing his underling around in the middle of the night. Sharky can be toxic, very toxic. As you know, these are all trusty props that born alongside Sharky on stage, but they're not useful anymore. You guys are getting disbanded, aren't you? After getting rid of the props, it'll be your turn. Fine, I'm making a session this time, just make it quick. Thank you so much. Sharky wouldn't know what to do if it weren't for you. Would you like to take a break? This won't take a while. Sharky is a doll and doesn't get tired, but you've been working the entire day. You need to take care of your health. The staff member looks at Sharky and hesitates for a while. He soon opens the warehouse door and takes off with a nod. Sure, I'll go for a smoke. Stay here, I'll be back soon. After making sure the staff member is out of sight, Sharky hurries over to the warehouse and starts searching for the labeled supply box. I remember the box has a label with a fireworks logo. Where is it? Found it. The fireworks and smoke generator used in performance aren't particularly powerful, but they're more than enough to create a commotion. If Vepley hadn't reminded me, I would have completely forgotten about this. I also stashed one of my decommissioned frames in this box here. It should be able to pass at me if I put it in my wig and costume. That's the best I can do. But I'm still missing something. Oh, I know. Just apply some lipstick, eyeshadow, blush. There. Now she looks just like me. What did they call this in those old movies? Switcheroo? Now I just need to detonate this box of fireworks and create a fire commotion. And then I'll... Explosion? What's happening out here? Whoa! Several Molotov cocktails are tossed into the warehouse through the open gate, setting fire to the stacks of supplies inside. The flames reach the flammable objects and burst through the flimsy roof of the warehouse. Thick plumes of black smoke rise into the sky. Sharky is also sent flying by the impact of the explosion and crashes heavily into the ground. It's those sneaky little dammit! The staff member runs back towards the warehouse, but when he sees what is happening, he thinks the better of it and runs off into the opposite direction. Bro, the smoke was pretty much cleared. That blew the roof clean off. Some crazy firepower, huh? Yeah, blow all these shaded rats to Kingdom Come. Looks like there's still plenty of stuff that can be useful. Take them all. Alright, bro. But who are these people? Judging by the footsteps, there are at least two of them. And they'll spot me in just a few more seconds. We're in luck. There's even a doll here. And in one piece. Where are the catches? Quick, haul it back to the boss. Give us a big fat bonus. This is an emergency. Must be ready to count for combat. Once I engage the enemies, I must immediately... Hang on. If I let them take me away, I may be able to escape without being traced. No, these are not free acres. These are just anarchists. Sharky stays sprawled on the ground with her eyes closed, pretend to be immobile. Meanwhile, she cranks her auditory model all the way up to the max. The sound of gravel being crushed underfoot is getting close. This is going according to plan. Oof, you just something over his shoulder like a sack of potatoes. This is no way to treat a girl. Fire control core fully operational. Once I reach somewhere safe, I can overpower these men and escape. Arson isn't something good kids should do. A figure descends from the sky through the smoke and knocks out the two gangsters using a fire extinguisher. Vepley, strike a justice! Yeah. The world is suddenly a blur, and Sharky finds itself being squashed under the now unconscious abductor. When she hears Vepley's voice, her eyes snap open, and she kicks off the man herself. Vepley? Sharky, so you're the girl that got trapped here? It's like Sybil was right when she said Vepley would have a stroke of good luck tonight. What stroke of good luck? Like getting to make fun of me? No, the guard came running and told us that the warehouse was under attack. So Mr. Handler threw a hissy fit and ran off. However, Vepley couldn't just sit by and do nothing when she heard a cute girl was trapped inside. So, Vepley snuck out to rescue her. Even though you deleted Vepley's video yesterday, she forgives you since you coached her on her dancing. See? Vepley protected Sharky. She kept her promise, didn't she? Here, let me pull you up. What's there to forgive? I'm not even that close to begin with. You're always forcing yourself onto me. It's so annoying. I don't need to be protected by a dumbass. Aren't Vepley and Sharky friends for working hard together towards the same dream of becoming idols? What friends? I'm getting out of here. Out of here. Do you finally get it? Ah, don't shove Vepley. Vepley's going to fall. That was close. Vepley struck the landing. Oh, aren't these your fireworks? Huh? Are you leaving? Wait a minute. This is too much information for Vepley to process. Don't bother, dumbass. Sharky takes a step back warily and reaches for the gun that she brought with her in secret. She disengages to safety. Why are you sounding so serious? And why are you leaving? Does Sharky want to keep performing? I had to leave precisely because I want to keep performing. If there's no stage for me here, then I'll go search for another. Sharky, calm down. Put down your gun first. Don't point it at Vepley. Get out of my way, or I'll shoot. We'll be heading back to the White Zone tomorrow. Tonight's my final chance. I don't want to be assigned to work as a server. That is not my kind of stage. I won't let myself stop like this. Sharky's voice may be calm and even, but her hands keep shaking. Vepley shakes her head and also raises her own gun all of a sudden. So that's what Sharky thinks. It can't be helped then. I said, don't move. Don't you understand? What should Vepley do? Without Sharky, the group will not be complete. If you want to stop me, just say it. If one member gone, the choreography and blocking will all have to be rearranged. The leader won't be happy about that, and Vepley will have to memorize new steps. Move! If you don't move, I'll shoot! Sharky takes a step forward and aims her gun directly at Vepley's forehead. They are less than 3 meters apart. In this distance, Sharky will not miss her even if her target was still shaking, even if her hands were still shaking. But if you force Sharky to stay, she won't be able to put in the effort to get the performance she can, will she? Though Vepley really likes the number 7. 6 isn't so bad either. What do you mean by that? I mean, this. Vepley abruptly changes her aim at a split second before she fires. It's so sudden Sharky almost pulled her own trigger out of reflex. The box of fireworks sitting on the ground is immediately set alight. The fireworks erupt from the box with snaps and crackles, flying through the collapsed roof and the smoke to the sky. Oh, fireworks! Please remember our goodbyes. Don't forget to shine bright in the night sky. Don't you remember, Sharky? That's the lyrics of a new song. Of course I remember. But everything's just quite fitting right now, you see? There's fireworks, nice sky, and we're saying goodbye. But Beppy finds it really difficult to find the right note when harmonizing at the very end of the song. Beppy had to keep practicing. So must you, Sharky. We must never stop in the pursuit of our dreams. That's what makes us real super idols. In the crumbling warehouse where light and shadow blend together, Sharky cannot make out Beppy's face, and she suddenly feels like they're miles apart. Still spouting nonsensical taglines at a time like this. The Neural Cloud really is full of fluff. It really isn't. Sheesh. Oh dear. The help that Mr. Handler has called for will soon be here soon. Didn't Sharky be gone already? Beppy has prepared some special lines for saying goodbye. The eruption of fireworks and the frantic wails of sirens to get mixed together. The Sharky's auditory module doesn't seem to register any of it. Beppy's innocent and childlike smile triggers some kind of strange, unidentifiable emotions in Sharky's neural cloud. After taking one last look at Beppy, Sharky runs out of the warehouse without a backwards glance. Sharky, keep going. You're starting to become an amazing idol. On this night, illuminated by fire, Sharky runs towards her stage in the future. Behind her, fireworks bloom one after another in the sky, just like the neon lights that shone upon the night sky in the doll's debut performance. Yeah, she can't. Why won't you give us their reunion? The funny part is that they're both on the Elmo now, so they should have met each other already. I finally made my way through. The streets are unsettlingly quiet in a satellite city during the day. Only in certain dark and lawless areas can one see all kinds of people who prefer to keep to the shadows. This is the fourth city that Sharky has visited on her convoluted journey. She stands at a crossroads, feeling a bit lost. This place is quite different from the solid city beneath the snowy mountains. There are lots of shops here. Surely there are places where I can perform. Sharky looks around, and when a CCTV camera swivels in her direction, she immediately dives into an alleyway. It's a bit difficult to avoid the daytime patrols. I'll have to stay put until nighttime. It's night already. Where should I stay for the night? My battery's running low. I need a place where I can recharge. Yesterday, the Cultural Development Agency Corporation Promotion Office announced the official cancellation of the Idol Performance Promotion Program, which has lasted for several months. Considering the plan's ineffectiveness in reducing the pressures that people face in their day-to-day life, as well as the considerable waste of funds it has caused, the agency pledges to focus on more pragmatic and feasible strategies that would directly improve people's livelihood. A large portion of the development budget will be allocated to implementing this purification project. Hearing the word idol, Sharky pokes her head out to watch the live news feed on the large screen. Meanwhile, other sources claim that the key factor that prompted the Cultural Development Agency to make this decision was the previous attacks and riots in the various satellite cities in the Green Zone. In a quick succession of incidents, a total of 19 businesses had suffered huge losses. The multiple task forces within the agency which implemented the Idol Performance Promotion Program also suffered varying degrees of losses. According to statistics, over 45% of the doll's assets invested in the Idol project have been lost, which means at least 45% of the dolls that have been used for these idol troops were destroyed from riots. So these were coordinated attacks. My registration is now invalid, which means I'm counted among their lost assets? A spokesperson for the agency is appealing through our station for the criminal hidings in the underbelly of the city to repent and cease their activities of extreme violence. At present, many of the writers have yet to be brought to justice. The police once again remind all citizens to come forward with information if they encounter any suspicious persons. In other news, Sharky looks away from the screen and lets out a sigh as she tries to wrap her head around what she had just learned. Huh. Does that make me an indie idol now? Or maybe an illegal one? I don't think I should be traveling to other cities under circumstances, and the White Zone is probably also out of the question. Never mind, I was already very lucky to have escaped. The important thing now is to put myself together. That's right, I must find a place to settle down first. The sun sets in the west, night falls, and the crowd begins to surge into the satellite city. Sharky blends among them as she walks on the streets. A homeless man who is banging on his bowl and singing to the beat is also taking advantage of the crowd. Passersby. I think I'm gonna say passerbys shuffle along with heavy steps and expressionless faces, but every now and then someone stops for a moment by the homeless man, the taut features relaxing just a little. Even a homeless man can bring joy to the audience. Meanwhile, a super idol like me can't even find a decent stage to perform. Feeling sorry for herself, Sharky suddenly recalls what happened on the day she escaped from the warehouse. Wait, why am I thinking of that dumbass? So freaking annoying. It's not because of her that I'm so on edge. As the bell chimes the hour, the music fountain by the road comes to life. Pillars of water rise and fall to the rhythm of the music. Combined with the light shining from the ground, they form a dazzling sight. Sitting by the road, with a sullen pout, Sharky's fingers tap in time with the movements of the water. I never got to show off the choreography that I spent so long practicing. I'm kinda jealous of that homeless guy. Anywhere he sits become his stage. But any place graced by the super idol Sharky is also the most dazzling stage, isn't it? Still, unlike Vepley, I don't perform to please anybody. I'll just think of it as celebrating my newfound freedom. Confirm. No patrols within sight. A beautifully lit stage, here I come. That's not good. Respond, manager. I believe we have procured all the items in the list and can return to the cafe. Sid Racy looks at the signs playing field and takes a set of cutleries that she has just purchased. As night falls, all the shops in the satellite city start buzzing with activity. Having completed their shopping for kitchenware, Springfield and Sid Racy head for the cafe. That's not what's bothering me. I've been thinking, Sid Racy, maybe we should hire someone new at the cafe? As you know, macchiato doesn't do front of the house. Ever since Andres left, it's been a bit tough with just you and me. Not that Andres is much help. Oh dear, I don't mean to criticize her. I'm sorry for overlooking the problem. If that's what you think, I can work harder. I don't mind putting in some extra hours. No, that's not what I mean. I don't know if I'm just imagining things, but many customers who like Anders seem to have stopped coming altogether. I think the cafe could use a new face. Or we may have to be a bit more creative in attracting new customers. Yeah, but she was bad. Yeah, Anders was part of the cafe, but she was bad, apparently. Perhaps we could benefit from hiring a more lively and cheerful doll. Someone with a personality that's different from ours? Someone who could put customers at ease would be the best. The ringing voice can be heard from the square. A cute, energetic doll is singing and dancing in front of the fountain as if nobody is watching. Her clothes are a little ragged, but her expression and movements are I can't say that word. Vivacious and full of life. The passerbys rush past in a hurry. Barely anyone stops to take notice, but that has not dampened her enthusiasm the slightest. Oh, Santa Racy, do you hear that? And apparently she was. What? Manager, it's dangerous to stop so abruptly. My hands are full, so I can't catch anything yet to drop. Sorry, I was a bit enthralled. I hear singing, such a clear, captivating voice. That's it. Santa Racy. Let's hire a regular performer. Someone energetic, just like that. Why don't I make her an offer right now? Are you serious? Oh my, would I be too brusque? But this kind of opportunity is hard to come by. Who knows if she'll still be here tomorrow? It might be a bit difficult to play the I've been watching you perform every day and decide to make you an offer one of these days card. Besides, I can't very well just go up to her and say, our restaurant has been pretty empty lately, so I'd like you to come and perform regularly, can I? If I tell the truth, she'll probably turn me down, don't you think? Well, if you believe it's a good idea, then let's invite her over and give her a chance. But I do recommend being a bit more discreet about our situation, manager. You have a point. Ever so reliable, Santa Racy. Sharky feels light and buoyant after the performance. Then, as though she was hallucinating, she hears a round of soft applause. It is faint but firm and steady. More importantly, it is applause for her and her alone. Sharky flashes her most perfect smile and curtsies in the direction of the applause. Thank you. You must have very discerning taste to respond so warmly to Sharky's impeccable performance. Sharky is thoroughly touched. Which is why Sharky has decided to stay in Satellite City and put on even more performances for you. Please make sure to come by and watch me every day. The applause continues as a kindly doll walks up to Sharky. What a wonderful performance. Thank you. Sharky is so very happy you enjoyed the show. Would you become one of Sharky's loyal fans and keep cheering for Sharky? Loyal fan? Seeing Springfield's confusion, Sharky's eyes flash slightly. You know, someone who loves seeing Sharky and feels extremely happy whenever they get to watch Sharky perform? I would indeed feel very happy if I could hear you sing every day. I apologize this is a bit abrupt, but may I invite you to be a regular performer at my cafe? Huh? Even as Sharky takes in Springfield's gentle smile, she has no idea how her life is going to change because of this invitation. But one thing is for certain, today is indeed her Independence Day, as well as her lucky day. And that's how Sharky is with Springfield in the cafe. Macchiato feels it stirs in the horse. One afternoon, after Sharky has joined us on board the Elmo, Sharky tells me about how she ended up working at Springfield's cafe. And that's how I got discovered by the discerning manager Springfield and was invited to perform at the cafe. The fact you invited Sharky aboard the Elmo means you also have very good taste. It is a bit of a chore to fight, but Sharky the super idol will never let her special fan down. If you could spend just a bit more on buying props, Sharky would be able to complete her missions even more perfectly. Come on, special fan commander. Please grant Sharky a humble request. I've already approved the more reasonable items from your procurement request. I knew you wouldn't disappoint me. But that's not the only reason I've asked you to come over, Commander. Please take a seat here. Come sit next to me. Commander, do you notice anything different about me today? Like what? You're so obtuse, Commander. Sharky has put together a special outfit just for today, and even done a dewy doe eye makeup look, which is all the rage these days. Sharky did her best to combine her artistic and combat performance during the group training earlier. I spent a really long time preparing just so I could put my best foot forward. I would never let myself almost get destroyed for some inexplicable reason ever again. Oh, I mean, is Sharky not the cutest, most capable super idol on the Bordy Elmo? As Sharky's single most important and the one and only special fan, you must answer this question with absolute honesty, Commander. No rush, Sharky can also give you a bit more time to think over it. 3, 2, 2.5, 2.4, 2.3, 0. Alright, time's up. Well, Commander? Everyone here, myself included, is fully aware of the effort you put in Sharky, so don't worry. Exactly the kind of answer the Commander would give. But Sharky was never worried. Sharky I just really hated it when I came dead last in evaluations and even got shot despite being objectively a great singer and dancer and having put in genuine hard work. It's all because the audience was too tasteless to understand my charm, but I will never give up performing. Surely, you can appreciate me, Commander. Well, I'm no expert in the performing arts, but I can tell you have been working hard to put on such infectious performances because you wish to lift everyone's spirits. What? That's not... Fine. That's just how I was programmed to be. I feel as it's my duty to make the audience happy. But when you put it like that, I still... Anyway, you're always such a comforting presence to Sharky. Sharky is so lucky to have you as her fan. Commander, from now on, please keep supporting me with all your heart, as you've always done. Alright. I like how Commander's like, alright. Sharky makes his heartfelt confession. She's like, please always stay with me. And Commander's like, okay. Man, these early journals makes the Commander so fucking dry. Not gonna lie. It's like the One Punch Man meme with Saitama's face going, okay. Alright. Check something. Dense Shiki-kan? Yeah, very, very dense. Okay, guys, I'm actually gonna end here. I know it's early, but for some reason my throat kind of sucks right now. So I'm just gonna end it early and let it rest. It's honestly probably when I'm drinking. I should be more prepared next time. Like, I do want to keep going, but my throat is like fucked up for some reason. So on Tuesday, I will continue this. And then once I'm done, I do plan on jumping to Girls Frontline 1 so that we can check out the the collab event, because that's still up. And that's going to be up all month, so I do want to get that done as well. And I especially want to do it because it actually is kind of fun to play. Plus, we'll see M16. She's one of the main characters there. So, with that in mind, you all take care. It's good seeing y'all.